like a little man that likes cuddling. He's really getting on my nerves. Welcome back to Not My Bag. I'm Joe, and this week we have Heartstopper star and Ofcom's most complained celebrity from last year's Celeb Big Brother. It's Brad Riches.
Yeah.
Welcome. How are you?
Me. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very hot in this jumper.
It is sweater season, like we were just saying. But yeah, it is. The aircon needs to kick in.
It's sweater season with no aircon. I'm feeling very moist right now. Very moist. I know we were just saying about no makeup look today either. We're both embracing our natural Pamela Anderson today.
100%. No powder, no under eye. Embracing my skin.
I do have a little bit of under eye, I can't lie to you. Just a tad, just a bit of Fenty skin. So I wanted to start this pod off by saying 3 facts about ourselves.
Okay.
To kind of get to know each other a bit.
All right.
Do you want me to start?
Okay. Is it facts or stories?
Facts or stories, just a bit of a...
Just like an icebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to do one, then I do one, then you do one?
I'll do my first one.
Okay.
So I had my foreskin chopped into when I was 5 years old, and my mum and dad bought me a Hogwarts Lego set.
Because
I
broke
was brave.
your foreskin?
Yeah. So really getting emotional about that story.
I wasn't expecting straight to the foreskin, but...
Yeah, always straight to the foreskin on this pod, Bradley.
Okay, well, we jumped straight into it, but mine wasn't as good as that, really. Well, not good, but bad.
It wasn't great, I can't lie. It wasn't great for me.
Can we ask how?
So, yeah, of course we can. So basically, sometimes... Sorry.
I'm actually nervous.
Okay. So basically, I had to be like put under that gas and air in a hospital, and then they had to just like do a little snip so that my foreskin would come down, basically. And then my mum and dad said, "You're brave, so here's some Hogwarts Lego."
I mean, Hogwarts Lego is great.
I don't know why I've decided to sweat one out as this has started telling this story. I actually might take this jumper off.
Okay,
well, I'm better now.
So that story's inspired my story. Not inspired it. That's a bit weird, but like, it's the same thing kind of. Right. So this is actually how I actually first kissed a guy. So this is actually a traumatic story. So picture 15-year-old, can't get my word, 15-year-old me. I don't know if it's 15, maybe a bit older, maybe 16.
Okay.
Around that age. And one of my best friends, I'm not actually going to say names actually.
Okay,
we'll go back with the names.
Fine.
One of my best friends at the time, we then, he had like a birthday barbecue thing. We're like, okay, cool, yeah. Okay. So then all of his guy mates from his boys' school were there. Plus me and my other girl mate. Okay. So it was like loads of straight guys, and just
cockfest.
Yeah, cockfest. Yeah, 100%. And then one of them was just really nice to me, and I was like, oh, not think anything of it.
Okay.
And then he was like, do you want to go for a walk? And I was like, oh,
right.
Okay. I got butterflies. I was like, this never really happened to me.
Okay.
And then he just started kissing me, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, nice, loving it.
Yeah.
And then we sat on this park, like field thing, and carried on kissing. Nothing bad, just kissing.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I feel a lick on my ear, and I'm like, is he licking my ear? I look up. I've never been more traumatized in my life. There's a dog walker, and his dog's licking my ear while I'm literally on top of this guy. Not on top like that, but like kissing him, and there's a dog on my ear. And I wasn't a big fan of dogs at the time. I love dogs now, but that doesn't really matter. But it was like one of those times I was like, oh my God, this guy's licking my ear. What the hell? And I look up, and there was just a little pug and a man staring. He's like, come. Like trying to get his dog away, and then I thought I was gonna be straight for the rest of my life. I thought I was never gonna go back to that.
My favorite thing about the start of that story was that I was speaking about foreskin, and you said that will lead on to mine, and I thought you were going to say something about the dog and the foreskin. I thought this is a kind of family show, so I probably wouldn't go.
No. There was no, mine did not involve foreskin or getting a Hogwarts Lego set.
Well, it's always a plus. That's crazy. That is.
Yeah.
I can't believe you thought he was licking your ear. That is the funniest thing.
Well, I got scared. I was like, oh my God, he's licking my ear.
Very
what do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah, but it was a dog.
Oh my God. Okay, well, my second one wasn't as bad as the first one.
Okay.
My second thing was that when I was younger, I wanted to be a cartoonist that draws in the newspapers. It's just a fun fact about me. I thought to...
In newspapers?
Yeah. Do you know, like in newspapers, they've got like the really like silly cartoons?
Oh, yeah. And is it like... No, my brain's somewhere else.
There's like...
my brain's on the weird ones.
Our brains are somewhere else after. I really started this podcast off on the wrong note with the foreskin. Yeah, that was a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a lot of trauma dumping.
I went through it.
Yeah, you really did. Anyway, Big Brother.
Yes.
is back.
It is.
Did you watch last night?
I did watch last night. I feel like my sleeping schedule is just off when Big Brother's on though.
Yeah, it's got to be, innit?
Like you're up till midnight watching. Well, not midnight, 11 p.m. But
Yeah.
you get to bed at midnight.
Yeah. It was a big one last night, introducing the cast. I thought together we could go through the cast and speak about them.
Let's do
you
it.
down?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, let's get them up. First of all, we got Rosie, who came in like really high energy. What did you think of her?
See, I love a high energy person.
Yeah.
I love I just loved her. I think there's an audience for her, and I am that audience who enjoy people like her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really hope we see like I think as the days go on, I really hope to see like not vulnerability, but someone more like who can just sit down and have a really nice conversation. I think.
Yeah, she was super high energy. When she went in, I thought, you know, when people get really nervous before they go in and then they calm down a bit, by the end of the night, she was still going.
Yeah, she was like laughs at everything.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping with her sleep there, wake up in the next morning, I'm hoping I just want her to have like a really nice down to earth conversation as well as
be
funny,
like,
yeah, and crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. And then we got Emma.
I loved her. When she said, I'm going to mother
Emma.
the fucking shit out of them.
Yeah.
Or whatever she said, I'm going to mother them.
Emma seems amazing. Guys, the amount of DMs that I've had saying, is Lisa Baggs in the Big Brother house has been crazy. She does remind me so much of my mum. My only thing with Emma is I wish that there was some older people in the house.
Oh my God.
Because she's, I think, the oldest.
She's the oldest, 53 or something.
I feel like she needs someone with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It must be quite hard to be.
And I'm scared, okay, from personal experience.
Yeah.
When you do form connections with obviously like, so for example, like when me, David, Colson, Nikita, Zizi, we all made a friendship and you do start looking elsewhere and the older people do attract to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that she does find her group,
people in there.
Yeah, because I'm scared because there's no one like her age to connect with, but she does have a youthful energy and I think she will.
I think she'll be down with the girls, won't she? 100%.
Which I'm really excited because I really want her to go to the end.
Yeah, same. I think she'll also beef everyone, which I absolutely love. Then we got, is it Shagan?
Shagan, yeah.
Shagan. He was very big on the church going, and I feel like it's going to be a bit of a dark horse.
I liked him.
Yeah.
And then he kept winking at the camera. And that did ick me out a little bit.
Yeah, he walked in, and I think he did kind of point at the camera, and he was like,
he kept doing this to the camera. And then when someone every time someone picked blue, he looked at this camera that was like right by the entrance door, and he would go,
oh,
and I'm like,
I didn't pick up on that, but yeah.
I think after time, I think he will realize you can't be aware of these cameras for the whole 6 weeks.
Yeah,
you need to just live in the moment and be boring sometimes and just sit and do nothing because that's what people like to watch.
Were you in it for 6 weeks? Is that how long?
Well, no, we were
was?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so half that time because 6 weeks is a long slog. Isn't it?
Long time.
That is a long old
how
time.
they do that.
Next one is Nathan.
Oh.
Now, he's a pork salesman, isn't he? Is that right? Pork salesman.
And he was the king's butler.
Yeah. Is he gay?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. He hasn't.
Yeah. I don't know whether he is. He gives me. I mean, pork salesman. It's giving innuendo, isn't it? It's very. Yeah. I mean, I would probably argue with him. I can't lie. He's quite abrasive. I think he's in there to rile people up. Do you know what I mean?
100%. But part of me's like when he was getting in there, he was obviously speaking to everyone, and I'm like, has he made his VT so controversial so he gets in the show and then there's like going to be
he was quite quiet, wasn't he?
He was quite but then obviously like you remember Henry who did his VT, he was like Tory, like I want to was he like I want people to be my matron in there or something, whatever he said, and then he grew on people because so maybe I'm hoping he's gone really too far there to then
I don't know. He looks like he might. Yeah, he looks like everyone was saying online on Twitter or X as it's called now that he might not have that character arc. You know, he seems a bit too much. Like I don't know.
He did say he liked Nigel Farage. So.
I know, which is a big bold statement. to
Go
make.
in the jungle with him.
Yeah, jeez. Next is Days.
Oh, Days.
Days was lovely. She gave me the vibe that she didn't know what show she's in for because I feel like she might get eaten alive.
But with Days, as soon as she smiled, you're like, oh my God, Days.
Like infectious.
Yeah, your name is good for you. Days. I don't know if Days is like a positive thing.
I hope that she doesn't get eaten alive in there though.
I feel like we need to protect Days with our life.
We need to protect Days at all costs.
Yeah, because I feel like, but also I see Days being an underdog, not arguer, but debater. Because obviously like with her views, they're very strong.
Yeah.
She believes in climate change. I think, for example, Ryan. I feel like Ryan's not gonna care about climate change.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a really good conversation. And I think she won't hold back. I think she's sweet, but she stands for what she wants.
I think it's going to take one climate change convo on there and she's going to unravel
It'll
completely.
be the podcast episode.
Yeah. Oh,
when,
yeah,
when they talk
it
about
would
when they
be.
talk about, it'll be like, now debate climate change. And then that's going to be like, oh, go on, Days. Here we go.
Martha.
She's my top 3. One of my top 3.
Is she?
Yeah.
I thought that about her too. She seems like a bit of a gay icon. I can't lie to you.
She has a pet bunny who has his own room. Marius.
Yeah.
Les Mis. I think I don't know this yet, but I think she's named it after obviously the Les Mis character. She's gay.
I really liked her dress as well.
Yeah.
And her vibe.
Oh, her dress was just so out there, and you're
Wasn't
like,
it?
yeah. It looked like loads of CDs. You know, like the CD dresses you can.
Yeah, it literally. I think she's in my top as well.
I think she'll be in the final. I'm telling you now.
Khaled. Now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He gives me that he thinks he's Love Island.
Yes.
And also, not to sound like a massive bitch, but he was wearing a polo and jeans, and I just thought, like, surely a suit for the entrance to Big Brother, you know?
No,
when all the girls are dolled up. He just kind of, maybe it's his vibe, and he was very, like, cool, like, but he turned up, and he in his VT was like, yeah, just single guy, all this stuff. I thought, do you know what you're heading into? What this is going to be?
The one that talking about the suit was Izaz. He on his VT wore a suit, but then pulled up in just a shirt, and I was like, "Come on, give the full suit."
He was so funny. We'll get onto him, but yeah, no, I think also Lily was in after him, and I think he might have the potential to get with Lily.
Do you think?
Yeah, I can already see a relationship.
See, I don't. I really don't.
Not?
I think he's like he has this persona of obviously like, you know, being a man, eye candy type thing. But I feel like he's too nice. I feel like.
Do you think?
I feel like his brain won't go to finding a connection in there.
Okay, fine.
It'll be like finding mates. I think they'll have a good friendship.
We need love in there though. If there's one thing about Big Brother is that you need a good relationship storyline in there to really get you hooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the celeb one, no love, but platonic love.
I think the celeb one is a really bold one if people want to go in there and get with people. Like that is some
crazy
and I couldn't
shit.
see you copping on with Louis Walsh, but we'll get on to that. Thomas seems like such a nice guy.
I think he's one of my he might be my top 4.
He's
maybe
really sweet.
I feel like he's gonna be really nice, but I feel like also with Thomas, I feel like I don't know, there's something about Thomas that I think, because I know I have friends like Thomas.
Okay.
I feel like so if you rile him up the wrong way, he'll
right, because he's like super nice and chill, but maybe against his views or something, if someone's like...
Yeah, if you piss him off, I think. And I feel like he might be like quite a clean person, so I think if you piss him off though, after 6 weeks, I think he will have an argument.
It's a long time. A long time. Next is Ali, who I think might be my top.
Your top?
Yeah.
And top 3, I'm only saying top 3.
She walked in, she was reserved, she was kind of sussing everyone out. I just really liked her energy and her vibe, and I feel like she will be the one to like mediate in the house.
Oh yeah, I think she'll definitely be in semi-final or final.
Yeah.
But with her, I hope she comes out of her shell a bit. I mean, it's only the first thing. She's literally walked in and had so much composure.
Because when they were asked her questions on the stage, she was very much like one word answer.
Yeah. But I think you need someone like that. Like everyone was screaming down this mic and taking Will's mic, and you're like, okay, let's just take a minute.
And rapping.
Rapping, yeah.
Right, next, sorry, there's 16 of these, so we're going through all of them.
Oh yeah, sorry, we are talking a bit too long.
We've got Ryan.
Wow.
Ryan decided when asked about himself to slag off a minority. So if that doesn't sum up everything about this man, there it is.
People are saying I'm hoping he learns something in there. But
that's the biggest thing.
I don't think I'll like him, but I hope he learns something.
I also thought of all, when like it's a typical lad thing to do, to grab a mic and be like, my girlfriend, shout out my girlfriend. That's exactly what he did, and I thought, here we go.
Here we go.
But
here he is. I'm putting bets on he's first out.
Do you think?
100%.
But he's also, because they've split into red and blue, he's in the blue and they're not up for nomination.
He's still first out. I feel it. I think, you know, like Gary first out. Like, you always know.
Fine.
There's an energy.
Okay.
If he's not, then
you'd know better than you know better than me. Hannah,
I loved her.
I thought she was great. What was that thing she said? It was like bougie and ghetto. Ghetto or something.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Get bougie. Anyway,
No,
she
boo-
coined
bouge-
bouge
bouge
ghetto.
or
She
something like that.
coined a term which I really like.
And now it's going to be on merch.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I think with Hannah, I really like her. And as soon as she walked into the house, I feel like everyone gravitated towards her.
Yeah.
She went, I'm going on the red side. And all the blues were like, oh, I really wanted her. And I
She
was like,
seemed famous.
yeah, and then
in a way.
everyone like turned to Hannah. Like everyone else, when there was a new person coming in, they would still have their little conversation and slowly get to know her.
Yeah.
All of them were like, popular girl, hello.
Yeah, I thought that. She kind of gave me Maya Jama energy.
Yeah, she
know what I
demands
mean?
a space. She has that energy. I
really like that about her. Izaz, again, as we said,
He's cute.
little Welsh rocket.
He's gonna make it the final
Do you think?
or semi-final.
I think he's very likable.
Yeah,
And then
but is he too likable? This is the issue.
I can tell you're practicing for late in live tonight. I'm getting all of the exclusive sentences before. So Sarah was the next one who was in Young Farmers, and I actually went to school with a lot of young farmer people, and they are the fucking craziest people I've ever met in my life. Like, give that woman a bottle of Prosecco in there and she'll be doing whatever.
She was down it. Did you not see her? She was pouring everyone down
she
in
actually
it.
took some.
She went, sorry, Big
out
Brother,
of-
can I just...
Is it Dean, the last guy? She took some Prosecco out of his glass.
Oh, yeah, because she put too much into his glass.
Yeah, and then took some back.
She went, sorry, yeah, me
She's
some of it."
after my own heart, that girl. I think she'll be great.
And she did a lot of, what's it called, innuendos.
Innuendo.
Innuendo.
Yeah. She was loving it.
She was loving it.
So
And we love her.
Marcelo.
I think he's a sweetheart. I think he's nice. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a nice energy there, but come on, you don't need to rap.
I always get secondhand embarrassment when people do things like that anyway. I really do go inward and I just want to hide. And so when he did start rapping twice, I thought, please God, no.
Well, the funniest thing is a little bit of insider scoop.
Yeah.
Before you enter, so it's like 8:30, you're in your hotel room, you're fully dressed, you're ready.
Right.
You're waiting for your chaperone to get a text for your car to take you to the car park. So you don't know what number you're going in.
Okay.
They say, is there anything you want AJ and Will to say for you when you walk in? Like, do you want to sing or anything? Do you want to? So obviously Marisha did I Am Telling You. Levi obviously did. He sang
his song, didn't he?
What's it called? Reggae Sauce. Yeah, he did his Reggae Sauce song. And then, so my thought, as soon as I saw that, I went, oh my God, they've gone in there and going, do you want to do this song or anything? He was like, oh, I'm a rapper. And then, so that whole evening, he's probably been prepping that line. So that icks me out a little bit more. But I think he's a good energy and I think
he's a good vibe for the house, 100%.
Yeah.
And the last one was Dean, who I actually really like his energy and his vibe. And I feel like we need a messy gay in there to be
oh my God.
calling people out on their drama. And
oh no, Dean's going to be like, yeah, savage, I think.
yeah, I'm really excited.
He's ready to call Ryan out and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I can see that already.
I can see them in the bathroom going, sorry, can we have a conversation in the bathroom? And them two are just arguing in the bathroom. Everyone's like this.
Yeah, I'm buzzing.
I see it.
I hope there's a few more arguments. I do love reality TV when there is a lot of tension. I can't lie to you. That's peak reality TV for me.
Yeah.
I like the nice stuff. Don't get me wrong. Getting onto that, I mean, you're on Celeb Big Brother.
Yeah.
So I have a shit ton of questions that I wanted to ask you. So let's crack on. How was the auditioning process for you?
Yeah.
And how did that come about? Like.
Yeah, mine. How was my audition process? So obviously coming out of Heartstopper, I met there was my agent was like, oh, they obviously Celebrity Big Brother's coming back, and they want someone with like a young audience just to capture, like, get the young viewers in basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll go for the meet, and not thinking anything of it. Like, I was like, why the hell would I be on the show? Like, why would they pick me to basically? So I went for a meeting with it was a Zoom meeting. Two casting people. And I had a Zoom with them, and they were like, oh, we really like you. They were like, well, you'll hear back soon. And then it was like 2 weeks later, this was in January, and then 2 weeks later, they said, oh, can we go for a face-to-face coffee or something? I was like, yeah, cool. So we went for a coffee. And they were like, okay, and the next meeting will be with the creative director, Tamsin. So then 2 weeks later after that, there was a creative director. But this whole time I was a bit like, oh yeah, they're not going to pick, like, why the hell would they pick? It was all a bit like just going with the wave type thing. And then after Tamsin, that's when it goes into like, like money and all the stuff into that. So then they're like, you put an offer in, and if they don't want you, they don't want you. And then
it's like a bidding process.
Yeah, they're
like a prized pig.
They want you, and then they offered me 10,000 less than I wanted, and I was like, yeah, I'm there. 100,000 less. No, I'm joking. I wasn't betting high.
Fine. Oh my God, that's crazy. I didn't know it worked like that. That's wild.
Well, that was mine. I don't know what.
Yeah. Okay, so you went in like that, and then what was opening night like for you? Because I mean, seeing it. Well, I mean, I watched it, but heading up into those cars and then having all the people there, like, what was that like?
Yeah. So you're in a hotel room, and so your chaperones, you've got a chaperone in the room.
Yeah. Are they in the car with you?
Yeah, they're in the car with you.
That's really funny. But so they just sat there like...
But she's next door as well.
Okay.
So they like live for like... Because you obviously go in isolation like 3 days before.
Yeah.
So you're in isolation. And then they bring you food, they bring you drink, they let you go, take you on a walk and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. And then, so then it was the launch night. And she was like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for a text," because that's when you get a text, that's when you go into your first car. And you're like, "Okay, I waiting for a text." And I remember like looking at her phone, like she had her phone like this, waiting for a text. And it was like 9:30, and I was like, "Oh my God, am I even going in? Like, am I going to be?" Because I hear all these stories, when you're like in like the hotel, you never actually go into the.
Have they done that to people before?
Not in Big Brother, but like in like for example like the Circle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm not actually going to go in." And then it got to like 9:45, and they're like, "Yeah, we're ready now." And I was like, "Oh my hell?"
God.
So you go in the first car, then you pull up in a car park outside the studio.
Okay.
And we're pulled up there, and I was like, "What the hell? Is there another car next to me?"
Yeah.
Obviously, someone opens the door. Su's doing this. And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice. Su's going in, lovely."
That's
so
cool. Funny.
And then as soon as I went to my chaperone, "Oh, Su, that's Su." She went, "Oh crap!" And then they were like, "You need to move the car," because I think the taxi guy pulled it into the wrong bay.
Yeah.
So then, and then I saw Su go. So her car went, and then you get out your car. And then you walk past all the people, like all the fans waiting there, and then they take photos. Well, they're not going to take photos with you, but they take photos of you going in.
Yeah.
Then you get into like the random car that's in the studio that just goes back and forth.
Oh my God.
Then you get out, and then people are screaming. So you don't see a soul apart from your chaperone.
And you don't have your phone,
days.
do you? When that gets taken whilst you're in the isolation.
As soon as you get in there, yeah.
Right.
So it was like I think my car picked me up at like 9 a.m. and then by 10 a.m. no phone.
Yeah.
It was
and
wild.
so you must have not spoken to your boyfriend for like 3 weeks either.
Oh yeah, not the whole time.
Was that rough?
Yeah, it was. To be fair, I think. When you're in there, you're in this bubble, and you kind of
forget.
You forget really. But if you overthink it, I think that's when I would be like a bit sad and be like, "Oh God, I miss them." But I knew my thing that I had, it was like they could see me every night, and they could see I'm enjoying myself. If I was having an awful time, then I'd be like, "Oh God." But yeah, I knew that they would be watching me just piss around really.
Yeah. Did you have any anxiety about the thought of being watched 24/7, or were you just?
Yeah, I think obviously there's a fear to it because it's like anything can happen. Like anyone, people say like obviously you can edit you badly, but in the nicest way, no one can edit me badly. I'm just joking.
No, but I do think to a degree, like if you go in there with genuinely good intentions, then I don't think there is the possibility of a bad edit because you're just going to be yourself.
Yeah, like whatever you say type thing. But obviously some things can come across different. Like. When I obviously didn't put my name up for nomination when I came out, there was all these like hate comments like, "Oh, he's playing again." You're like, "Oh my God!" When in the moment, like no one found it that deep. Like, I think, and that was one moment where I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe they edited it that way," because obviously I didn't say anything, and then I, as a person I went to go and say sorry to Nikita because I felt bad that I wasn't involved in the conversation, and obviously them editing them all together could look like, "Oh my God, they've fallen out." Here they are.
Okay.
But in the house, it wasn't that deep. Obviously, that people were annoyed, but
so you haven't watched it back.
No, I haven't watched
it. See, I don't blame you, and I think that if I was in your shoes, I probably wouldn't have either because it's just like you kind of lived it and you know the truth of it. So I probably wouldn't want to do.
And I had such a good experience, a positive experience. So I was just like, I don't want to watch back and then overthink what I said or overthink different moments.
I get you. Most favourite and least favourite housemates.
Okay, easy. From mine.
Yeah, easy.
Easy. So obviously my most favourite is obviously David. We got along like I didn't think I was gonna actually make like a close friend like that. As soon as I walked in, me and David, we just had so many similarities, but so many differences, and I think that's how we bonded over time. And like when David started showing his like, vulnerability, and like people would always judge him. Like I remember when I saw the leaked lineup before I went in, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think we're gonna get along." And I said that to him, like, and it was just one of those things like, "Oh, he's a genuinely nice, loving person," and I think that's why we get along so well as well. So he's definitely my favorite. Another favourite, obviously, Colson as well. Yeah. Colson's a sweetheart.
You had your little like squad, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like, I've never really had a straight mate, like many straight mates. So, and he had so much love to give as well, which was so nice.
He's so nice.
My least favourites, I mean, Gary Gary, I don't know what Gary's intentions of being there was.
Neither.
But Gary was so lovely to me, and we did get along.
Yeah.
But part of me is like, he was saying that he wanted to clear his name, but a lot of the time, not many people knew his name before. So it was like,
I do agree. I was like, what name are we clearing here? Because
so
I
then
actually don't know who you are.
Yeah, because then people were like searching him up and then looking into his past that he was trying to clear. But yeah, I felt
it was a bit of a rogue like PR move, if anything. Wasn't
oh my
it,
god, yeah,
I
like
guess?
he could have just
You
stayed
could
in
have just stayed at home.
stayed in Ibiza and just stay in your swimming pool and just have fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it wasn't like he was an awful person in there. He was really nice to me. And,
Sure.
But it was one of those things that we didn't bond. I mean, he was there for 4 days, so there wasn't much bonding time.
I know he started to unravel really quickly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was just a bit like, oh,
There was
I
only
don't
3
know.
weeks. We knew that as well because we knew there was one first week there was one live eviction, then there's 2 every week.
Sure.
Because there's only 3 weeks. You got to get them out.
So
of
you
there.
knew the energy.
We knew the energy. We knew it was going to be quick, and we knew it was going to be Gaza. Sorry.
Who were the worst housemates from your season in the bedroom? Because that's probably one thing for me that I'd find really difficult is the snoring, do you know what I mean? All that stuff. Was there anyone that stood out as being an awkward one?
My first bonding with Lauren, I absolutely love Lauren.
Oh my God.
Like I did vote for her every time, but she was
But
just,
she was messy in there.
oh yeah, like you couldn't like
she was mess.
You would try and have a conversation with her, and then the next day she would come over and go, "What's that show you were on? Is it EastEnders?" No, Lauren, it wasn't. Okay, it was like she was never really taking anything in, but she was a joy to be around. Like we cleaned the toilets together. Anyway, with Lauren, the first thing I said, she meant business. Like obviously she tried to get Louis's bed, and Louis was like up.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay, guys." I don't know if this got shown, but she was like, "Okay, guys, who even thinks they snore?" And everyone's like, "Oh, I think I might." And she went, "Over there. Get over there." And she divided the room by maybe snorers and like
Sounds like me.
no snorers. And Lauren was like, "I want to sleep next to you." And then I was like, "Okay." So I lied there.
Did you snore?
No, I didn't.
Okay, cool.
But she was
Lucky.
she was asking me every 3 seconds, "Are you sure you don't snore? Okay?" And then she would, "You sure?" Like she kept looking at me.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Lauren was a joy to sleep next to. Like we're both dead. Like as soon as I hit the pillow, especially because it's so high energy all the time.
Yeah.
Like obviously like just playing these tasks and speaking with different people, it's quite a lot
I can imagine.
mentally. So yeah, as soon as we hit the pillows, we'd be gone.
Did you ever have to
David
like
and
take
stuff.
yourself out to have a bit of alone time? Obviously, that's what the diary room's there
Yeah.
for. But did you find yourself having to do that often, or?
Yeah, the diary room was actually quite cool. Like obviously you get called to the diary room a lot of the time. Like once a day, you have to do it once a day. I don't know if that's contract or you just have to do it. But there was one day that it was actually after me not put my name into the mix, whatever it's called.
Right.
And I was just like, I was a bit drained. I was just like, we didn't eat all day.
Oh.
And I think people even go angry when they don't eat, or they just go, I think I might go home. Like that was me.
Oh, okay,
I was just so
fine.
down. I just wasn't myself. That was the only
Yeah.
day that I just felt not myself at all. And I went to the diary. Well, I think I got called into the diary room actually. And I just started crying, and I was just like, I need a minute.
Can you stay in there as long as you want?
Oh yeah, you could say they're not going to kick you out.
Oh,
and
nice.
then even when I would start crying, then it was like, oh, and then the psych, and then you know when the psych starts coming in, because then the psych starts speaking. You're like, okay, they actually think I'm having a mental breakdown. And then she starts speaking. I'm like, I know, I'm absolutely fine. She's like,
Yeah.
just have a minute. So they turn the lights off in the diary room, and you sat in the diary room for a bit, and you're like, okay, I'm back. And obviously when Fern hit her head, she was in there for about an hour and a half.
Do you know what? That actually led on because I wanted to speak about Fern because like she's obviously incredible and I thought she was such a good housemate in there. But she did have quite a few like rough patches in there.
Yeah, she did.
What was she like to live with? And also, what was it like when she had that beef with Nikita? Because I mean, watching it was just something else.
Yeah. With Fern, she was like me, her, and David. We really got along really well. She was like a mother figure in there for me. And I think also with Fern, she was like the only one that I was really fangirling about because me and my nan used to watch this one when she was on it all the time, and it was like my nan's thing, and it felt like I was, I felt like I had a connection with her. Type thing. So I really loved her in there. But I didn't realize how much she cried. Like I've seen like obviously like the best bits, and I watched her best bits obviously when she came out in the final. And I was like, because she's cried a lot, and I generally
She
don't
used to lock herself in that diary
room cry, but I don't.
I mean, wouldn't we all?
I don't remember her.
Fair.
I don't actually remember her crying like out.
Yeah.
I remember obviously once when she put the snake on Louis's bed, she started crying because she felt so bad. But I never. Yeah, she was crying a lot in the diary room, and obviously with the Nikita thing, that was just a bit. Yeah, there's a lot to unravel there.
No, I can't imagine they've stayed in touch after this.
I mean, they've gone on dinner dates sometimes. No, I'm joking.
I was going to say. What?
No, they just did. I just don't think they got along. And
Do you know what though? It's how many of people was it in the cast for your one?
I think it was I think it might be 13 with
13%.
Sharon, so 12.
You got to think like, not everyone's going to get on in that amount of people.
No.
Do you know what I mean? In any walk of life, you're not going to get on with everyone that you're in the room with. So I think that it was bound to happen. And I actually don't think it was that bad of beef, or there wasn't that many explosions in your season as past seasons.
No, it was the only one that I could think, obviously, Zizi and Lauren. That got a bit heated. But it was
nothing like a Kim Woodburn situ,
Oh no screaming, no
screaming. No, she had it quite peaceful. And what was it like to live with Sharon Osbourne and Louis Walsh?
Well, yeah, so obviously, I've just walked in, and then obviously I was the second to last person, so it was me, and then Fern came in after me, and obviously Louis and Sharon weren't there, and we obviously all kind of knew they were going to be there, and obviously we thought, oh, maybe they're going to be the last ones in, because obviously iconic, but they were the first ones in. Little did we know.
Yeah.
And we were just all chatting. We were chatting for quite a while, like an hour, and then. It was like, okay, and now the real judges have arrived, and we're like, what the hell? And I remember looking down this corridor, Louis and little Sharon was walking down the corridor, and when they came in, I was just like, this is so normal. It was just like, it felt like a fever dream already, just walking in, like seeing that big audience, and everything was just going like this, and it was just like, this is so normal. And then Sharon was just so lovely, and that's what made it feel so normal.
Yeah.
And then I tried to speak to Louis, and Louis was like, sorry, I'm not done with vacancy. I love Love Island. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a back step.
He was, he was very bold in there, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was bold, but we knew where we stood with him. But yeah.
Do you know what I was going to say? I picked this up as a viewer when I was watching it. Did you feel at points like he tried to produce the show? Because you'd hear him go to people and go, they'll love that. They'll love that.
Oh no, he did that probably about 5 times a day.
He'd be like, go and do this. They'll love that.
Yeah,
and I was like, what
it
is
was
going
in the
on?
it was in the retreat thing, and he asked me. He was the one who asked me the question actually, and he asked me, and he was like, Matt, you got this. And I was like, what the hell? And I was on the last ones, and I felt the energy, like obviously people were crying.
Yeah.
And then I just broke, I don't know why, something came in me, and I just started crying.
Right.
And he lied, and as I finished, I was like, people were hugging me, da-da-da. And I opened my eyes, he just lied back. And I was like, what the hell? And he went, this is good. That was really good. And I went, huh? And I was a bit like, what? And he hugged me after. He was like, that was really good. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, no, like, that is some good TV. And he looks around and goes, this is a really good show. Like, and he started like thinking as a producer thing, like people will feel very seen by that. And I was just like, he's like, that was really good. And then when David spoke about him, obviously, learning about his sexuality when he was younger, getting bullied, he just grabbed David. Like everyone would go, thanks for opening up.
Yeah.
He's went, that's really good. That's some good TV.
That is absolutely crazy.
And obviously with the snake as well, when the things were turned and he nearly got kicked out, he came back, he was like, one of you put it on my bed. He thought it was me, actually.
Yeah.
It was funny. He was like, one of you put it on my bed. And he was like, this is great TV, though. Great TV. And he would just keep saying it.
I'm absolutely obsessed with him, to be fair.
Yeah.
I can't fault it because that's what everyone's watching it for. So if he's playing into it, then
oh my God.
100%.
Yeah.
So did anyone, this is a question that I've wanted to ask. I thought it was quite interesting. Did anyone contact you since coming out the show? It's like come out the woodwork? Because if you go on a bigger platform or like a bigger show,
yeah.
is there any like exes or anyone from school that's been like, oh yeah, you're right?
Well, obviously before Heartstopper came out, I kind of had like a little dump, not dump, but like I went through like my people I followed. I was like, realistically, I don't want them to contact me. Like, I don't care what they say. And then obviously Snapchat, I deleted my Snapchat, got a new Snapchat.
Okay, fine.
Because I was just like, I don't want people to message saying well done. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay, fine.
But after and then before Big Brother, obviously like Heartstopper, it's a certain audience. Some people from school like may watch it, but a lot of the time it wouldn't. But Big Brother, I know a lot of people in my area, in my school would watch it.
Yeah.
And when I came out, I remember seeing, after I just got evicted, I looked at my thing and it was like, he was a sunshine. He's literally like this at school. And I was like, I know.
You had a lot of people, I remember on the comments being like, I went to school with Bradley.
Yeah.
And I did think that a lot of people do come out the woodwork and like be like, oh, I know him really well.
Yeah. But there was a funny story because I went then saw one of my best friends at a local pub. Like this was quite soon after Big Brother. And there was this girl who was like in my year group. We weren't really close, but we were in the same friend group once.
Sure.
And she comes in and goes, oh my God, Bradley. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. And then she's like, I realized you unfollowed me. And I was like, the only reason I unfollowed her about 7 years ago. And the only reason she knew I unfollowed her was because when she saw me going Big Brother, she then looked at my Instagram and then realized I unfollowed her. But I'm like, come on, it was about 5 years ago I unfollowed you.
Yeah. No, I get
so
you.
That, moments like that.
It's got to happen.
It's got to happen, yeah.
So what's the... Actually, who is the most famous person to DM you since the show, or even before the show?
Maybe not that. Kick Connor probably. I'm joking. I don't really know. Other than obviously the Heartstopper a lot and
Yeah.
I had
Sharon. Has Sharon DM'd you? I
Oh
can't
yeah,
imagine she's
Sharon.
big
No,
on
she has
Insta.
DM'd me before.
Has she?
Yeah, but I'm thinking like people that I don't have like a close.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm thinking more out there. I think Courtney Act didn't watch it.
Okay.
But I remember her. She sent a DM. Or was it a comment? But you know when you get comments that are now DMs?
Yeah.
She was like, I haven't watched this season, but this is heartbreaking.
Oh,
And,
okay.
So yeah,
what about your
my eviction? Because I think is she Australian?
Yeah.
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 But no.
Because your eviction was the most Ofcom complained about thing of the season.
I know.
I mean, I can't lie. I watched it and did shout at the TV being like, what is going on here? Because it did seem just really out of pocket and really harsh.
Yeah.
How was it for you in the moment and after looking back? Like, was it actually rough for you? Were you just happy to get home at that point?
Well, I think I went through a lot of different emotions. It was like, oh, I'm going to go see my partner or my sister. I thought my dog. I seriously thought they were going to like put pee pads so I could see my dog. I genuinely thought there was all these different things.
Oh, that's even worse now you've said that.
And it felt like in that room, like this is why I think it really hit the viewers and stuff like that. It was because I think I was the only one who was actually properly excited to.
Right.
Because the whole time, like even Zizi said, she said in an interview recently, she was like, Bradley throughout the whole process was like, I just want to get to that when we meet the family. And I just want one of my family just to say how proud they are. That's all I've ever wanted. And it was like, I've said that the whole time. I just want to get to that stage. You know, when I'm like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of it, when they see their family.
Yeah.
I've always wanted that. And it was like getting to that moment. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. Walked in, obviously AJ came in. And it was just like, and then when the lights went red, I went, I know my fate. And then I went to go say bye to everyone. And yeah, I was just excited to go home. And then obviously I was in a lockdown for another 24 hours after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just so grateful. Like I had made such amazing friends, amazing memories, and it was just my time was up, and I was very. But also, I think watching it back, when they added that music, it does make it very sad. Like
she comes out looking like incredible.
Oh my God,
like
everyone's
Diana Ross-esque with the hair,
and all the gays are like, "How dare you?"
And all the gays were like, "What is going on?
How dare you?"
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. So I just thought being on the receiving end of that.
And she had to do a late and live straight after that. Did she in the same outfit? She literally did that, and I also remember as well.
Diabolical, isn't it?
So basically, she was meant to represent like death, like you know, she was like with the sledgehammer.
Oh really?
So that's why she was not
like
really,
Grim Reaper vibe.
Yeah, that vibe. Because obviously she wasn't really smiling. She wasn't aged. She wasn't like all happy. She was like, hello, Bradley.
That must
be
even worse for you as well, because you're like, oh, I'm so excited to see you, and then thinking, oh no.
No, and then I remember I was like, and I was like, and I just felt like, oh, I feel really happy, but not happy, but I felt a bit like, oh, that was a bit disappointing, but I had a really great time. I was like, oh, can I have a hug? Like, I just needed that comfort. And I remember I heard in their ear and they went, do not hug him.
Really?
And she just went and hugged me. And then that's why it was edited from like, I'm just stood down and went, can I have a hug? And then it edits like straight for her, like touching me. Because they told her not, because they wanted that dramatic. But I don't think they realized how harsh. That would have been
barbaric to have not hugged you. I'm sorry.
And it was also on the next day, AJ's mum, I was AJ's mum's favourite, and AJ's mum didn't speak to AJ for ages, saying, how dare you? And she was like, it was just my day, it wasn't my fault. But yeah, there was a lot of complaints, which,
Oh my God, that's absolutely wild. That's absolutely wild. Bless her. Do you know what? Good for her for taking that earpiece out and giving you a hug.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your best thing you've done, whether it be like best night out, best event, best project since leaving Big Brother? I mean, obviously you're still doing Heartstopper, but aside Heartstopper.
Yes. My best thing. I think with obviously Big Brother, there's a lot in the works. So next year I've got an exciting thing, but I can't share it. I hate doing that. But there's something next year happening that I'm really excited about. But I think the best thing I've done so far, I think just meet different people, meet new people.
Yeah.
And I did an Amazon series recently as well. But
amazing.
I don't know if that came from Big Brother or just, my acting skills. I don't know. I think just meeting new people, going to new events, working with brands. Like I work with ASOS now, which I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, amazing.
Just different things, just little things, which I really enjoyed.
So I wanted to ask you about, you were in Babies, weren't you?
Yeah, Babies the musical.
Yeah. Tell me about that, because I think Kane actually auditioned for that as well.
Did you audition for it?
Oh, you wasn't available? Yeah,
we did it together.
Yeah, no, I saw that. How was that?
Yeah, it was good fun. It was, so obviously before Big Brother, I auditioned for it, and then they offered it while I was in there, I think, or just before. And then obviously I came out. I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. Yada yada yada. And yeah, it was a fun. Like I've always obviously doing music theatre growing up, and did a degree in it as well. I've always wanted to be in a musical and originate a role as well. So yeah, it was really fun, and they were all, because obviously it was based on like year 11s again, obviously playing kid.
I was going to say, because you always play someone that's really young.
Yeah, 16. I mean, the max I've had is when I did a horror in it, I think I was like 17, 18. That's the oldest I've got so far. But yeah, the musical was fun. It was a new musical, pop rocky. And I just had a lot of fun. It kind of went like that though. I was just kind of, I felt like I was still on jet lag from Big Brother, because the jet lag from Big Brother is real.
Is it?
Like it just, because obviously you go to sleep at, well, you don't really know, but a lot of the time when you go and look at the oven, because the oven has the time on it.
Okay.
You go to bed at like 3 a.m. and you wake up sometimes at like 9 a.m. So there was all this thing.
So did you leave Big Brother and go straight into that?
Yeah. So I think I had like 3 weeks between them.
Right. Okay.
So then I went straight into it.
Bloody hell.
And I ran a half marathon in that time and didn't train.
Did you? Are you going to do any more stuff in the West End?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to do more musicals and maybe even a play. But yeah, I'll just keep auditioning. To be fair, I haven't really auditioned for many musicals yet. But yeah, Babies was a lot of fun, and it might come back. Who knows?
Yeah.
Fun.
Oh, what, you could come back for like a second run?
Because obviously it was like the Other Palace is like an off West End musical. It's in London, but it's kind of like an off West End. So a lot of shows that go there, they then go on to like a West End run as such.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully one day that'll happen.
Amazing. And I was going to ask you to end off what you've got plans for next year. I know you said you've got some secret stuff. Have you got anything?
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, cool. I was going to say, have you got anything like lined up for the rest of this year, or just is it?
Well, I'm playing Peter Pan and pantomime.
Are you?
Yeah, and Aylesbury Waterside.
Oh, lovely. Okay, cool.
Which will be fun. I mean, after Big Brother, I got offered Panto, and I was like to my agent, I want to do it if I'm Peter Pan. Like, I want to fly. Like, I don't want to be a
Are you
prince.
actually flying?
Yeah, I'm flying, yeah.
What, like on the wires and everything?
So, I actually had a safety meeting. So, I have a harness here.
Right.
That goes here. And then basically, I fly up, and then it goes like this, and I fly across the audience like this, and I can do front flips.
Sorry, you fly over the audience?
So the kids will be underneath me like this.
No, that's terrifying.
And then I'll be doing I can do back. I mean, I haven't trained. I don't know if I can do them.
Right.
But I'll try my hardest. But you can do like front. It lets you do front flips.
Oh
and
my!
stuff.
What, like Pink? Like Pink on
Well,
a show?
Funny you say that. One of the songs is a Pink song, and I fly up and I have fairy dust.
No.
Or like whatever you call it.
Is it So What? I do it.
Yeah,
I do it.
fairy dust in my hand, and I flip around. Well, this is their vision. If I can't do it, obviously I can't.
Yeah.
But I flip around and I let go of the fairy dust. So I'm like is it Catherine wheel?
That is the funniest
Going
thing I've
down
ever
through
heard.
the audience.
Like that meme of Fergie where she sings as she flips. That's
That
what
would
I
be
can
me.
imagine.
But I will not be singing. I'm like, so what?
Oh my God.
I don't know how they're putting that into
Have you started
show.
practicing yet?
No, it's literally 8 days rehearsal. So I have to learn how to do all
you
this.
have to learn how to do aerial acrobatics in 8 days and then fling around to
Fling
Pink.
around.
Sounds like you're about to have the best December of your life.
And also, my birthday's during this December, so I may be hungover one show.
Oh my God.
And I will be throwing up everywhere.
So you got that to look forward to, basically.
Which I'm excited. I've always wanted to do a panto, and Peter Pan will be a lot of fun.
Okay, amazing. Well, look, good luck with that.
Thank
you for popping on,
No,
and I'm excited to watch you on Late and Live later.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. And for everyone watching at home, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube and rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Woo. And we will see you next week. Thank you.
See ya, bye.
Thank you.